Hello, class. My name is Shama Siddiqui, and today we will be discussing about reading and writing. For the purpose of today's class, let's first discuss what are our goals and objectives. We are here to learn reading and writing, but that is not our only objective. Through the process of reading and writing, we are looking to develop our critical thinking skills. Since we are already an advanced class and we have certain skills of reading and writing English, we are going to learn how to read deeper and how to write better, more analytically as an output. So, for the purpose of today's class, we have chosen a certain story which I'm going to be showing on our PowerPoint presentation. But before I move into the PowerPoint presentation, I have a question for you. Was there ever a time in your life when you felt small? Could you share your experience? It could be in your personal life, it could be in your workplace, it could be at school. I know that there were multiple situations in my life where I felt small, where I felt that I was trying to achieve perfection. Alright, thank you for sharing those stories. Now let's look at the first PowerPoint presentation. Can you read what is there on the first slide? Excellent. I'm glad I'm a little guy. This is a story written by a man known as Carlos P. Romulo. In the following picture, I'm going to move to the next slide. In this picture, what do you think the man is trying to achieve? That is correct. He's trying to achieve he's trying to achieve perfection, or rather the definition of perfection which is around him. What do you think is perfection according to your point of view? All right, thank you for sharing that. So if you remember at the beginning of our lesson, I mentioned that we're going to be discussing about critical thinking. And we're going to try and look at the concept of perfection by wearing the hat of critical thinking. All right. So how do you define critical thinking? If you look at this slide, you would notice that critical thinking can be defined as the ability to analyze facts, to generate and organize ideas, to defend opinions, make comparisons, draw inferences, evaluate arguments, and solve problems. So, why is it that we are trying to achieve critical thinking through the process of reading and writing in English? Alright, very good. Because it is one of the top 10 skills that are predicted to be required in 2020. And since this is a business English class and we are looking to achieve business English skills through our reading and writing practice, we are going to be practicing critical thinking for our advanced reading and writing class. Alright, so first let's see what are some of the things that let's do a quick SWOT analysis, which is SWOT stands for, as you can see on this slide, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What are some things in yourself that you see as strengths, some things that you see as weaknesses, some things that you see as opportunities, and some ideas that you feel are threats? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. And I would like you to write down the first words that come into your mind. So as an example, I've given you an example here, which is to a certain extent applies to me. For me, for example, my strengths are that I'm hardworking, I'm open-minded, I'm extremely thoughtful, and I'm very good at visualizing problems. Some of my weaknesses are I tend to be very busy, I tend to overwork, I tend to be indecisive sometimes. I weigh options too much. I can be a little impatient. I can also write too much. That can be also one of my weaknesses. So simultaneously, I've also put up opportunities and threats for you to follow. All right. Thank you very much for sharing all that. So now, since it's a critical thinking class, and we are going to be looking at reading and writing in a critical way. I would like you to think about your society, and I would like you to think about what is the notion or what is the standard of perfection in your society. What is considered to be a strength and what is considered to be a weakness? Do you think that there is anyone in the world who's absolutely perfect? Do you think that you are perfect? If yes, why? If no, what are the flaws that you think you have? So let's think about some of the things that we could improve in. Perfect. Now we are going to go into the main story, which is I'm glad I am a little man. So I'm going to hand out our sheet as well as I'm going to show it on the PowerPoint presentation, which will consist of the story about a man in the United Nations. Have you guys heard of the United Nations? Yes, that is correct. It is an international organization where representatives from around the world come together to discuss about various issues, various problems, etc. All right. So, are you ready to discuss about them? Perfect. Thank you very much for sharing that. Now we're going to move into the next part. Now that you have read, let us share what you have understood from your reading. All right. Thank you very much. Can you think of some other people who were small but they did great things? All right, perfect. So, based on these discussions, based on all our ideas, I would like you to write down and summarize your takeaway from this story. What have you understood, and what is your reflection based on whatever we have discussed in class today? All right, and I will ask you to submit your assignment through Google Docs so that I can check and give in my comments. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye.